Hi guys, so my name is Janhvi Patel and today I'm going to talk about the all the copying that goes on in spiritual workshops and metaphysics and things like that. So as you know, there are many different modalities. There's Reiki, emotional freedom techniques, pranic healing, theta healing. There's pranic healing, theta healing, emotion code, access bars, access consciousness, angel healing, fairies, fairy healing, and so on and so forth. There's so much. There's unicorn healing, there's Melchizedek, there's Merlin attunements. I mean, I don't even know all of them, okay? But many times what I see, of course, then there's all those candle rituals, Wiccan rituals, candle magic for manifestation, crystals, crystal healing, crystal spells, connecting with ascended masters and goddesses and archangels and all of that. Now, what happens is that so many people think, when they meet a metaphysician or a spiritual practitioner, they think that, okay, this person is doing so well, let me also learn and start doing it. Now that or right now, or people who are already in this, they think, oh, आजकल ये सेंट एक्सपेडाइट ना बहुत चल रहा है, बहुत फेमस है आजकल, फेरीज की बहुत डिमांड है, so let me just learn a course and then teach it to other people. Or let me just learn tarot reading because it looks like a profitable business. Now see, it is profitable. I mean, it depends on how much you charge and it depends on how good you are, because people will only pay you if you are good, if the messages you're giving them strike a chord with them, if they come true, if they resonate, or if you set up some I do a lot of altars. So if you set up altars or you do certain prayers or write certain prayers and they work for people, only then will people pay you. Even like knot magic, these are knots. All the knots are made for myself. I just wore some of them. So knots and all, like touch wood, I have done really well with the knots because by God's grace, they're working for people, so people want to buy them and they're effective, and I really enjoy making them. And I learned it from Sheetal Sapan Matre, who's a spiritual retreat by Sheetal Sapan Matre. Many times I see that people don't name their teachers or their gurus. Personally, I don't like to use the word guru, but so let's go with teachers or mentors. So my teachers have been Sunita Singhar, who's India's first ATP, angel therapy practitioner. And then we have Tina Sarup, also I've learned under a couple of workshops, and Akashic Records, angel healing, and also fairy healing of the fairy workshop. And I've also done a couple of workshops with Mr. Cyrus Bhaya and Sheetal Sapan Matre right now, and I'm also under the tutelage of Karishma Shetty, and she does a lot of things, so that is something new for me. And I have a lot of friends, we keep learning from each other, they're also in this line, and we are very cooperative in the sense, and we're very generous in the sense that if I get a client and I feel that I will not be able to handle his case, or his case is an entity case, then I will call up my friend who is like an entity clearing specialist, and I will say, you please, please help them out. It's not like, and there's never like, oh, please give me a cut from what he's giving you. It's about what I can do and what I cannot do. If I cannot do something, I pass them on. We do not have anything on that, oh, this person is my client only and he cannot or she cannot go to somebody else. And of course, the client has the freedom to choose who they want to go to. Okay, so do not approach this from the point of view of, I want to do this because it seems like a good business. It can be a good business, but there are a lot of ethics involved. And listen, you are working at an energetic level, and there is also so much of a sort of energy drainage, because nobody pays you to tell you that, oh, I went to Disneyland and it was amazing and we did this and we won this and my boyfriend proposed to me. That they will just tell you, but they're not going to pay you to tell you that. They're going to pay you to tell you their sad stories. And so it's like, I have to be, or whoever the reader or practitioner is, they have to be at a good vibration, at a high vibration, and then so that we can bring the person up. And of course, many times as I'm listening to the stories, my vibration will go down. So it's, if you have to kind of be tough, you have to have your intentions in the right place, which is to kind of make the world a better place, or just to make somebody's life better. You have to do it from that point of view. and you should enjoy this, and you cannot go cut and dried. You really cannot go cut and dried. Like a tarot reading for, say, somebody about money today will be different for a tarot reading for somebody else about money tomorrow, because everybody's vibration, everybody's history with money, everybody's situation with money is different. Another thing I see very often is that, so if I have, now this is a card deck, right, Ascended Masters. So now if I get these cards, this is Michael, everyone's favorite. This is Pan, fertility. Pan is a very famous pagan god, and Lord Krishna, very famous Indian god. Okay, so if somebody asks me what do these cards mean, or if I'm putting up a message of the day, I would explain the cards with whatever messages I'm getting, okay, as channeling from these beings and from my guides and from that person's guides. Or if I'm doing a general message of the day, then whatever I get, okay, and then I will write it. But many times I see that people will put the card and they will put a really lengthy explanation, which is copied from the guidebook. Now, doing that, I mean, it's cool that you're copying it verbatim, but by doing that, you are not exercising your intuitive skills. It does not make sense for you to do a reading and just tell them that, oh, this is the detailed message, because that I can shuffle and take it out myself, right? I can shuffle the cards and I can then go to the guidebook and read it and I will get it. But people are, and of course, see, the language has to be very accessible. It has to be kind of colloquial. I have to talk in a way that the opposite person will understand. It can't be like, I can't use jargon, basically, or spiritual jargon in this sense. It has to be very accessible. It has to be something that the person can understand. So everybody who is a reader, do not remove the card and then remove the meaning, copy the meaning from the guidebook and then share it on your social media or wherever. And I would always say that, always say which deck you are using. Like, is it Doreen Virtue, is it Kyle Gray, is it a Colette Baron Reed or Sonia Choquette? I mean, there's so many, Jennifer Galasso. There are so many people who have made card decks, is it Rider White? So always give credit to the card deck and then give your own interpretation, because eventually people are going to pay you for your interpretation that strikes a chord with them. And also, we are just channels, the divine beings. So it's like the divine beings have chosen us to be a channel for them. So all the messages that come from them through us. Okay, my only job is to be a clear and confident channel. That's it. And I'm not supposed to give my personal advice to the client unless they ask me, like that. So that is one thing. So please stop copying from the guidebook, because that is not going to help you grow. This isn't a judgment, it's more of like advice. Okay, that's one thing. Second thing is just practice on everybody. Always take an energy exchange, even if it's like if you're new or something, or you're doing it as a hobby, then take even 5 rupees. Okay, so as I told, let's go back to the original topic, which is calling out the copycats. Now, I was a journalist, and of course we got bylines all the time for interviews, for features, stories, everything. So we were very, at least initially, I was very particular about my bylines, that this is because that builds your resume. And I've had bylines in newspapers also, so that was really something for me to be proud of. So now, when I have channeled a prayer, okay, like say this, my Saint Expedite prayer is very popular. It's gone like all over the internet, and I'm really grateful to Saint Expedite for choosing me as a channel for that prayer. And I have a really distinct style of writing. So, when I wrote that, so obviously I wrote channeled by Janhvi Patel and everything, and I saw that people were removing my name and just sharing the prayer. And I'm like, you can't do that, because there are instructions, and if you don't follow the instructions properly, Saint Expedite might not be too pleased. And I also saw a lot of people removing my name because they're like, it's advertising. I'm like, obviously, it's my name there. I have channeled it. It's my right. You cannot copy it. I mean, it's very nice of you. You want to help people, but do it in the right way, and don't do it at my expense. The other thing is, so of course I was angry about this, and I even, told off the people. But this has to stop, and people need to understand and learn. Now, for example, if Doreen Virtue would have shared like an Archangel Michael prayer, you're not going to remove her name, you know, you are going to share it as it is. So it would be like, Archangel Michael, please protect me and all my loved ones. Doreen Virtue is amazing, of course. Protect me and all my loved ones, thank you, amen. And Doreen Virtue, and Facebook with what Doreen Virtue 444. So you're not going to change that. You will forward that, share it everywhere as it is. So why is it that when your friend or your colleague or somebody shares one picture of a prayer or anything with her name, you very cleverly remove that, just remove the name and share the prayer? You know, I mean, as friends or as metaphysicians or colleagues or whatever, we are supposed to support each other. Of course, we can have an exchange, like, okay, today I will share your post, tomorrow you share my post, it's fine. But do not copy and do not cut credit. And perhaps I am more particular about credit because I was a journalist, you know, and so yeah, so of course, as I've said, that people have stolen. And the other thing I want to say is that if you are in this, if Archangel Michael has chosen you, if Archangel Michael is connecting with you, you are already connected to him. You just need to make an effort to connect. Okay, and then you can also be a channel for him. You can write down his messages, because it's not like Michael talks to me because I'm special, or I'm special so he talks to me. It's nothing like that. In the eyes of the angels and God, everybody is equally special and talented, perhaps in different arenas. Okay, like I am good with writing and with you know, reading cards and maybe clearing or healing sessions. Somebody else would be good at motivational speaking, you know, another person would be good at dancing, somebody else would be an amazing actor, somebody would be a great painter. So everybody has different skill sets, right? And so yeah, if you make the effort to connect with Archangel Michael or Saint Expedite, they will give you something that is unique to you, that you can channel and that people can learn through you. And always give credit to your teacher. Like I've already mentioned all the teachers that I have learned under, and I'm very grateful to them for how they supported me, for how they guided me at that stage in life. And yeah, and everybody, I think I'm also grateful to all the people who chose me to teach them, because it's an honor, you know, because if I did not have the students, then who would I teach? And you know, my work would kind of not have any value, so to speak, right? Yeah, and also so some people also message me or call me and say that, you know, this one is copying my work or copying my class. And this happens with me as well. People have copied my class and my work. So I have an endless stream of creativity, and so do you, whether you are copying or you are being copied. Okay, we have an endless stream of creativity, an endless stream of divine guidance, because divine guidance is unlimited. It is there for everybody. It is infinitely creative, I feel. Okay, so today, like every day, I wake up with so many ideas in my head, and then I have to jot them down, and then I'm like, okay, I'm going to work on this and work on that. So my stream of ideas is constantly going to flow, and you can copy my words, no problem. You can copy my words, but and this applies for everybody. But see, whenever we create something, like we create a workshop or we create a class, you know, we are doing it from a space of our experiences, from our energy, from our passion. So even if somebody, you know, photocopies my notes tomorrow, or if they're photocopying your notes tomorrow, they cannot copy the energy and the passion and the creativity of you. They cannot. You know, that cannot be photocopied, because that is uniquely you. So do not worry. I mean, I'm making this video because I'm not gonna shut up and like take it, you know, because I know who's done that and everything. And Saint Expedite always leads me to people who are, even if I'm not looking, I'm not saying, oh, let me go and see who's copying my work, but Saint Expedite always guides me, you know. So, and of course there's karma, because I mean, come on, we're not in school anymore that we have to copy. It's not an exam, it's not a competition, it's not a race. It's not like, you know, best answer gets 10 marks. What are we racing for? And it's not like, so, you know, just go with what you connect with, put your own experiences in it, because that is what is going to give your class a vibe. That is what is going to give your class an energy. That is what will keep, if people like your vibe, if people like the way you teach, what you teach, and that energy and passion you bring to it. Like, in my class, like in St. Expedite's class, I have so many experiences that I can share, which are my own, which are from the testimonials I've got from my broadcast members, from the people who've done my classes. Archangel Michael, I personally have so many experiences. With the fairies, I have so many experiences that I've collected over the years. And that is the kind of the USP of my class. Because if we need notes on Saint Expedite, or we need notes on Archangel Michael, there is so much on the net. And most of the time, when we do our workshops, our notes are invariably based on, Doreen Virtue's work, because that's what we have read. So what makes it unique is what I contribute to the class. So yeah, and I feel everybody who is copying, you are a channel. I'm telling you this. You are a channel. You are creative. Maybe it'll take longer to succeed. Maybe it would be a little more hard work to sit and actually channel your own prayer. But you do that, you share it with people, you take credit for it, your rightful credit for it, and then everything will just grow from there. Okay, because if you are in this, I believe you're talented. I believe you have the talent for channeling. If you have learned it, then you have it. So might as well use it. Don't take shortcuts, and don't undercut people. Which means that if these are kind of ethics, which means that if I am kind of doing a class next week on say Saint Expedite. Okay, I mean Saint Expedite is really one of my favorites. So don't be like, if you read it, don't go and announce and say my fee is 4,000. Don't go and announce the class to rival that class at maybe 3,000. You know what I mean? So don't do that. And I know all this will only come from experience. That's the only way. That's the only word I can use. It'll only come over time. It'll only come over experience. This is not a fish market. This is not like a mall or something. Like, it's not like, oh, Guess has come up with skinny jeans. Let even Forever 21 should come up with skinny jeans. Of course, the quality, there's a big difference in the quality. So it's not like I have a copyright on Saint Expedite. Everybody can speak to Saint Expedite, okay? And perhaps he is speaking to a lot of people. The only thing is, are you listening and are you following? That's what you need to do. Similarly with Archangel Michael or the fairies or Lord Ganesha or Saint Jude or even so anybody, and just add your own energy and creativity to the class, and then see how people will come to you. It might be slow, but then they will come to you for you, and not for you and your content, not just for the content. And whenever, it's like, if I learn a course tomorrow and I get my certificate and everything, and maybe next week I start teaching it. So if people ask me questions like, how will this work or how will that work in this situation, what do I do? I may not have the answers. Okay, I will kind of, I'll be blank. But if I have worked with those energies for like a month or 2 months or 3 months, then I'll have the answers to frequently asked questions, because I'll know how it's worked. I'll give you another example. So I learned Knot Magic from Sheetal's class, which is the Angel Magic class, and it is happening in December. You can look it up on Facebook. So when I learned that, people were like, I started announcing that, okay, knots for sale, and knots for different purposes. So a lot of people are like, teach me. I'm like, I cannot teach you right now, because I cannot copy, first of all, and I don't even want to copy her knots, and I need to be thorough with how knot magic works and the experiences that people have had, because that will give me the confidence to teach other people. And the more I worked with it, I came up with my own methods, variations, combinations, and all of it. So that worked really well for me. And now when I teach it, the energy is so kind of high and amazing, and I know what I'm talking about, so it works for them as well. So that's what it is. So everybody, nobody has a copyright on any divine being or any client or anything like that. But if somebody has, created some original work, then respect that space, even if they are not a celebrity. Even if they're not a celebrity in this field, let's just respect and support each other. And and let's do our work. Let's focus on our work, not about who's doing what, and let me kind of cut that person off. And don't do that. There's no rivalry. Everybody has their own set of clients, depending on their vibration, on the lessons they have to offer. Because I know that, and you also know that whoever is your client will somehow come to you, because what you will offer to them, nobody else can offer to them. Okay, so there's no race, everybody has their own specialty, everybody's doing their work, and let's just work like that. Okay, so thank you so much for listening. I know it's become a little long, and I wish everybody all the best. And yeah, let's get creative and let's be even better channels for all divine beings and all divine modalities. Thank you so much for listening. My name is Janhvi Patel, and I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.